84 of Brandon Fisher in the 16S of Chris Capping will fire at the cone, this time by right now. Capping in the 16 pulls ahead with 88 Capping right next to him. So the two Cappings, Chris and Ben Capping, are going to battle out for the first place spot, but Chris Capping, the 16, pulls ahead of Ben Capping in the 88. Okay, the 16S of Chris Capping and the 88 of Ben Capping are the first and second place spot, with Bradwell and Rick behind them for third and fourth, followed by Sutton and Tripp and the 93X and the 97. So Chris Capping, the 16X, is in first, followed by the 88 of Ben Capping. Chris Capping is followed very closely by the 88 of Ben Capping, followed by Bradwell, Tripp, and Fick. So we have a clump of three cars battling it for the first place spot, but Chris Capping and Ben Capping are pulling ahead of the pack, with Tripp, Bradwell, and Fick right in there. So Tripp is going to pull alongside of Ben Capping. Tripp goes down to the bottom, and Ben Capping in the 88 stays up top. So Tripp is going to pull up right alongside of the 88 of Ben Capping. Tripp gets a little lead coming around turn 3, but we'll see if Ben Capping going around the turn 4 will be able to get it back. But he doesn't, so Ben Capping will stay in second, followed by the 02 of Doug Fick and Steve Sutton in fifth. Tripp pulls up in the second place spot. Ben Capping dropping back to fourth as Fick comes in there, and Ben Capping goes up high in the 88 with Fick pulling into the fourth place spot. Fick pulling into the third place spot, and the 88 of Ben Capping dropping back to fourth. So Ben Capping in the 88 started out in second. He has now lost 2 places, and he's back into fourth. Having a little trouble getting past the 20B of Thomas Rusk, but they are able to get by him. Rusk looks like he's having little problems. He's gonna, and he fires back up, so we're gonna be able to stay green. And the 02 of Fick and Tripp have both passed 16S of Chris Capping. So Fisk is now in first, Tripp now in second. Capping for the 16 car has dropped back to third, with Sutton and Bradwell behind them. Fick starting to get a 5 or 6 car lead. Chris Capping is coming right alongside of Tripp. A little contact between Tripp and Capping, but Tripp is able to hold on to a second place spot. So Fick is going to try to get through traffic without getting caught up and maintain his lead as he blows by the OK, the 18. So there's a couple cars that are being overlapped right now, but Fick is able to make it through all of them without any problems. Trick and Chris Capping aren't able to get through them quite as easily, so Fick will gain a little more on those two. So in the first place spot, we have Doug Fick, followed by the 97 of Jesse Tripp, and the 16S of Chris Capping, the 88 of Ben Capping, and the 95 of Bradwell. Fick about half a lap of everybody else. Tripp about 3 or 4 car lengths that of Chris Capping. And now comes your white flag for Doug Fick, so we'll see if Doug Fick can hold on to the lead for now. In the meantime, Jesse Tripp, Chris Capping, and Ben Capping, and Bradwell are going to race and try to gain some spots. Coming around turn 4 is your leader, 02 Doug Fick, and your winner, Doug Fick, in the 02 car from Luck. Coming in second, we have the 97 of Jesse Tripp. And Bradwell gets knocked by the 76C of Brady Grummins. So Bradwell loses a couple spots because of that. So the 02 of Doug Fick will make his way to victory lane and receive his trophy. Give it up for your winner, Doug Fick from Luck.